Hey, I'm Danny with Team PlayBetter, and today I'm pretty excited to talk about the Bushnell Circle B Edition Launch Pro. And we're going to be talking about a few things. I'll put chapter links down below, but we're going to talk about what's new in the pricing and subscription model. We're going to talk about some of the things I really like about this unit over some of the other competitors in the price range. And we're going to talk about life with this unit in a simulator context. What kind of software can we use? What kind of capabilities does Foresight package with this unit? What do the different subscription tiers get you? So stay tuned, we'll go through all that, and at the end, I'll wrap up and give you my thoughts on who this might be right for and why I think this is actually a really great value. This is the same hardware as the Foresight GC3, but packaged differently for Bushnell with a different pricing model. It sits at $2,500 for the purchase price, but then you got to factor in the subscription cost. $200 a year for the silver, $500 a year for the gold. But if you think about the alternative, if you were going to buy the Foresight GC3 outright, that doesn't require any subscriptions, it's $7,000. So $2,500 versus $7,000, it's a lot of years to make up that difference in the subscription cost. I know a lot of people don't like that subscription model, but it is a much more affordable way to get into a really nice unit like this. So from the front, looks very similar with the gray. From the back, Bushnell's put the loud orange on this, and I really like this look actually. I'm a big fan of orange. So this specific unit is the Launch Pro, and the Launch Pro comes with the LCD screen on top. It comes with a built-in battery, so you can use this out on the course or at the driving range without plugging it in. Bushnell also sells a model called the LPI, specifically for indoor use, and that doesn't have a screen on the top. It doesn't have a built-in battery, so it has to be plugged in wired, and it has to be paired to a device, a computer, a tablet, your phone, to see any meaningful data. So for me, I really like the idea of the Launch Pro because the screen and the battery make this really versatile. I can take this to the course. I just plunk it down next to where I'm hitting. I don't have to pair this to a phone to align it. I don't have to pair this to a phone to do anything. I can just take this out and use this as is, which is super convenient. And this thing, it is built like a tank. I mean, this thing is solid. It's heavy, it's dense, but it's easy to carry because of the handle. The design's really smart, actually. I like it. Okay, so let's hook this up and play some sim golf. I'll show you what the course play looks like. I'll show you FSX Play. I'll show you FSX 2020. Now, one of the other things I really like about this unit is that alignment is a breeze. You don't have to go into a special alignment menu. You just grab the alignment stick that comes with the unit, and you just set it down in front of the launch monitor, and this will show you how the launch monitor is aligned relative to the stick. So if the stick is my aim point, I can see I'm 0.7 degrees out of line just a little bit. So if I want to change the way this aims, I just turn this a little bit. That's all there is to it. You move the stick out of the way and it's back to hitting mode. It's waiting for the ball. So one of the things I mentioned I really like about this unit is it shows you right on the screen itself exactly where the ball is in the hitting zone. I'll show you what this looks like when we take a shot. Oh, just a little too much. All right, so it shows me my club speed, my efficiency or smash factor. It shows me all of my other distances here, carry distance, club path, angle of attack. You get all that right here on the screen of the unit. One of the other things I really like about this unit is that when you move the ball around, it actually changes on the sim setup where your alignment is. That's just like a little attention to detail that I appreciate here. You see the divot, the grass fly up there, pretty cool effects. I really like everything that Bushnell and Foresight have put into this experience. The other thing I didn't mention is shots register really quickly on this unit. So if you're thinking about the Bushnell Launch Pro versus something like maybe the SkyTrack or the ST Max, these shots on the Bushnell register almost instantly. The SkyTrack, I just did a test on those shot registration times. The ST Max takes about 2 seconds. The ST Plus takes about 2.6 seconds. I haven't tested this yet with an actual timer, but it feels like about a half second or less, something like that. If that instant shot registration is something that's interesting to you, definitely check out the Bushnell Launch Pro. It registers shots really quickly, and that, to me, adds to the kind of immersive feeling of sim golf. This front is kind of rubberized, and all the cameras are recessed. They're recessed in such a way that a golf ball can't actually hit any of these lenses. You don't have to worry about knocking this over on the golf course. This is going to stand up to really heavy use, unlike some of the cheaper launch monitors out there. So within the Foresight practice facility, we can go to the driving range. This driving range is different than the driving range that was in the FSX 2020 app that you've probably seen a lot on YouTube, but we can also visit the chipping green and the putting green. So let's start with the driving range. All right, we got this set to 167 yards or so. playing at sea level today. I've got my 7-iron. We'll see if we can get a couple shots close here, and I'll show you how the data presents there along the bottom. All right, not a bad first shot there. 173 total after rollout. Too much. All right, so if I want to look at this data, first of all, I want to point out that you can click any of these and it'll bring up this window that lets you pick which data points you want on screen as far as ball data, club data, and flight data. And then if you want to look at your shot analysis, I can go to ball data and this will show me my last shot, which was out to the left. If I can also look at my club data. So this shows me a couple of things. The main thing I want to point out here is that that tile on the bottom right, that's kind of the face impact location, and that does not come with the Bushnell Circle B Launch Pro. It doesn't come with the GC3 even. You got to move up to the GC Quad or one of the overhead units to get impact location. All right, so that's the driving range, and that's how we can look at all the different data in the driving range. I was actually hitting my 7-iron, not my 6-iron there. All right, so the other thing that we can do in the Foresight practice facility is we can go to the chipping green. So if we go to chipping green, you can also set some different distances. How far out do you want to be? Maybe we want to practice this scary shot of carrying the bunker. So in this shot, I've got 43 yards in. I have to carry the bunker. This is a really intimidating shot for me on the real golf course and one I should probably practice more. 43 yards. It's a little better. All right, none of those were great, but you get the idea. All right, so then if I want to practice putting, I'll click putting green. So this defaults me to a pretty long shot here, 47 feet. This looks pretty straight after all those breaks. I'll go ahead and hit one here pretty hard. Okay, that's not bad on the speed. All right, and that's putting practice. Now I know putting on the sim is pretty controversial. You may love it, you may hate it, but it's there if you want it. Make sure to check out PlayBetter.com if you're interested in the Bushnell Launch Pro or the LPI. Tons of product reviews and articles for you to research there. And if you're interested in the Bushnell, there's no better place to buy it than PlayBetter. You get free shipping, you get free returns even on things like launch monitors, and you've got great customer service, so you can buy with confidence and know you're covered. So the other nice thing about this unit is that the FSX Play app, it comes with some really nice course play. It comes with Foresight courses. There's 2 subscription levels available for this. So if you don't buy a subscription for this unit, you can still see all the data on screen as far as ball data, carry distances, and all that. But to see club data, to use the driving range here, to play virtual golf, to use GS Pro or third-party apps, you have to have a subscription. So without the gold package, you're really limited to playing in the FSX ecosystem, FSX 2020, FSX Pro, FSX Play, and they're great. The app experience is really fantastic, but you can't play with third-party apps, you can't play with GS Pro unless you move up to that gold subscription level. Now, one of the main reasons you'd buy a subscription, the silver or the gold subscription, is to play virtual golf on the FSX Play app, and so courses. With the gold subscription, you get 25 courses. With the silver subscription, you get 5 courses. But you can see the bigger name golf courses are down here on sale per course at $150 per course. So if you wanted to play a very specific course, you can see here Bethpage Black's an extra expensive one, $500 to play Bethpage Black. Say that 5 times fast. Big catalog of courses available here. So the course play experience on the FSX Play app is pretty nice. The graphics are significantly improved over the FSX 2020 app. This is the app you should probably download. Really nice fly through in the beginning. Walks you through the course. 500 yards, that's a really narrow fairway. I picked a terrible course to play here for the video. Oh, that did not do what I wanted. So let's try that again. So if you want to mulligan in the FSX Play app, it's one of the primary buttons. So you can pin which buttons you want to always be on screen. I pin mulligan because I take a lot of mulligans. Is that going to stay safe? Oh, that's in some really thick rough, but there we go. All right, 240 is a little far for me, so I'm gonna aim out to the right just a little bit, hopefully to clear those trees, maybe a little bit more right. And I'll hope I can bend this around to the left just a little bit. All right, that's about as good as I could hope for on that shot. So I want to point out there's a lot of connectivity options with this unit. On the back, you've got a power button, you've got a USB-C connection, you've got an Ethernet connection, and then you've got the power connection here. So this, the Launch Pro, it has a battery pack built in, so you don't have to use it plugged in if you don't want to, but if you're using it for sim use, you'll probably use it plugged in most of the time. The LPI, the indoor edition, it does not come with a screen, and it doesn't come with a battery built in, so it always has to be plugged in, and you always have to pair it with something like your iPad or your phone or the PC to use it. So I'm curious, $2,500, where does that sit for you? Is this out of reach? Is this something you'd consider? Do you think it's a great value, or do you hate the subscription model? For me, the option to get into something like a GC3 for $2,500 buy-in and $200 a year at the subscription level, that's pretty nice. And the option to use this on the course without any other devices really sweetens the deal for me. I hope this was helpful. I hope this showed you some of the things that the Bushnell Launch Pro can do, some of the ways it's different from the GC3, some of the things you get that you might not get with other units a little bit below this price point. And if you're interested in a launch monitor like this or any other one, or anything else for your sim setup, check out PlayBetter.com. They've got all the latest golf technology and simulator equipment. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Again, thanks for stopping by. I'm Danny with Team PlayBetter, and I'll catch you on the next one.